Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Red day. You know, we got the red on the red day. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Get one of my favorite tracks up and running. Shout out to everyone here. If you're in the trading group, we just gave you a beautiful short to the downside, and it went actually beautiful. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's kind of show you what we were talking about. All right, so I was long throughout the night. We went all sideways all night. It didn't dump. It was kind of strange that we did not dump. But what did I tell my students all night long? I said, you know, the bulls are in control unless the 15-minute loses the 200 MA. Once a candle closes below the 200 MA, I would be looking to bail and possibly switch to a short. All right. BOOKMAP says we dump. Nothing is 100%. That was last night at 1:42 in the morning. The flag stays. Nothing has changed when we wake up at 7:17, 6 hours later, sideways. However, I'm still weary. They pumped it, then they dump it. Has me kind of weary. There's a fake press release possibly. Is Satoshi Nakamoto really going to reveal himself today? There seems to be some typos in here. It doesn't look real. At 11:30 a.m., we're supposed to find out who he is. I don't know. Do you believe it? We'll put out a poll here to see what you think of that. Then if the 50-minute loses the 200 MA, we must be able to switch to bear mode. I said to everybody, okay? I'm telling you, dang, they broke it. And then they did break it, all right? Exactly like I said. And at that point, it's likely we're going to start dropping down. And then you can see this level in the 4-hour broke. So you're going to get to your next level of support, 71,006, right? Then we got the data dropping with the volatility. We knew exactly at 8:30. We gave that to you. And we talked about it right when it came out there at 8:30. And it was bullish data. So then we started to get a bit of a bounce. It looked like we could get back above the 200 and make a move here. But it was pretty lackluster, all right? At that point, we hit the 200 and we basically did a retest, a bearish retest. And then you could see, like, if we could hold this trend line, we could bounce. But if not, we're likely dropping down here to 71.6 and below. And at that point, they sold me on a descending triangle. And I said, okay, you guys want to take us to the downside. And I saw a short to the downside there with a stop loss above 72,080. Anywhere you want really in that region, even just above it, could even have been closer. And lo and behold, they dumped it to the downside and took it right to the target and some. And so now we're going to pick up kind of where we are. If you're in my trading group, you've moved the stop loss to break even. Maybe you've moved the target up. Maybe you've taken profits. But every single person in my trading group should be in gains right now. You know what I mean? It's just like I basically gave you the blueprint of exactly what's going to happen from step last night all the way to here. And I showed you how to use the 200 MA to be extremely accurate. You could do whatever you want. You can join any trading group you want. You can go wherever you want. I'm just trying to show you I'm here every single day, 7 days a week, and I don't stop. And we're going to find it short or long no matter what, because short is long and long is short. And I'm going to teach you that too. It doesn't really matter either way. Shout out if you took the PYTH call inside the trading group. PYTH still holding gains of about 15.5%, but it did hit 20% gains. I saw PYTH getting very tight. I talked about it. We put an alert on it. I said, look for it to get about that 200 MA. It would look like it get a bit of a move. And I still see PYTH headed further to the upside over time here to 49 and beyond. PYTH is that oracle, right? That chain link idea, but the new age one, right? So I got some PYTH. I think that rocks. It could become a big player later on. What? How? By what? Oh, still not. Oh my gosh. Could you help me? Like, yeah, that's why you gotta, we really need to see someone watch the first minute. I know it's very important where you just watch the first. That's all I beg of you. Just watch the first 2 minutes. That's all. Please. I begged you for years. I can't, I just gotta ask nicely over and over again. I know you get busy, but this is your life. My show is your life. All right. Sorry about that. I apologize. I'm sitting there staring at the charts. So PYTH pumps up beautifully to the upside, right? And I just went through this whole entire Bitcoin story. Insanity. It is what it is. You got to work through it. Let's take a look here. All right. So, unbelievably awesome thing. The trading group is beautiful, and I'm super grateful for it. And we gave a great call in the trading group. So 2 positive things to be grateful for. So last night, let's break this thing. You know, I was long, right? I stayed long, but I said, be careful. If the 15-minute loses, this is at 1:40 in the morning. If it loses the 200 MA, or one candle closes below it on the 15-minute, I would be looking to bail and possibly switch to a short, BTC. All right. Then BOOKMAP says we drop to the downside all the way to 70,000. Okay. Then I wake up in the morning at 7 and we're still in the flag. So I stay long. I say, okay, we'll see what happens. We get a pump. We actually go pretty green. The trade goes nice, but we come back down. This is right when I'm waking up in bed. The second I look at the trade, it's pumping. I don't even have time to open up my computer and, then we do, the data that came in, which is bullish. All right. They talk, and then there's this news came in suggesting that they know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. That's what I kind of talked about. We're going to find out if that's really true or not. All right. We're going to get into that. And then what happened was, dang, they broke it. I watched it, and the second they did it, they broke the 15-minute below the 200 MA. At that point, I got to realize they're going to take us down probably to 71,006 and beyond. All right. Then the data drops. You think we could get some green movement. It's bullish data. Do we get the bounce? They kind of fake it a little bit. Okay. It gives some motivational speeches there. We talk about the markets. All right. And I said, I warned you since last night about this 15-minute 200 MA, and there we are, getting a bearish retest of it. They say, but what did you do? Did you give us a trade, though? You just talked a bunch of nonsense. Wait for it. Now I'm like, okay, last chance. It could possibly bounce here. If it doesn't, it's barely going to retest and probably drop down. We're looking at that 71,400 area. And then they made a descending triangle on the 1 minute, and I could see it. And so I said 1 minute scalp to the downside there. There it is. Didn't even realize what time frame it was. Just saw that it was likely going to take a move to the downside. Stop loss above 72,080, anywhere really where you want it to be. And bang, this thing would drop to the target and more. And we pick up where we left off, as I was saying, with the Bitcoin chart as it's dropping further to the downside, right? And so this is kind of where we are now for BTC. So let's do our top-down analysis and let's talk about it. Let's look at the bearish and bullish. Remember, we can't be one thing. We can't be like everybody else who says we're always going to 80K, we're going to the moon, it has to go up. I mean, it looks nice. I'm super bullish. Everything looks amazing. But every time I've drank in the Kool-Aid of everybody on crypto Twitter and everyone around me, I've been brutally hurt by the markets, and I don't want to get brutally hurt by the markets anymore. So the only way not to get brutally hurt by the markets is for me to be calm, cool, collective, and not pay attention to what everybody else is doing, okay? It just is what it is, all right? Let's take a look here. Beautiful flag for BTC, and there's just this beautiful measured move, right? We're on our way. We could come all the way back down here and retest 69,150, and it just looks like that may happen. We have this level here, which it looks like we were going to respect. And I'll pull it out. It's kind of a general range-bound area. We've got this little bubble here. Bitcoin has respected with resistance, 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 support. You lose that, you drop to the next support, and you drop fast. That's a $68,009, $69,000 BTC. A little disheartening after almost breaking the all-time high. A lot of the bears could say that's it. That was just a double top. Or in a massive M pattern, right? That's going to end up breaking to the downside. Black swan event. This is it. And you're going down. Imagine if someone just came in right now and they think this is what I really think. This is all they heard, Again, we'll lose the daily 200 MA. I'll start to be really bearish. You'll be prepared for it. In my channel, you will know what's going to happen, all right? And you will see. So you won't be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. It'll all come together and make sense for you. And I'm going to teach you how by using the 200 MAs. We will never be surprised again for the rest of your life. You'll never be like, oh, I didn't know it was going to dump. I didn't know it was going to pump. Like, it's kind of sad at one point too, because like today I knew we were going to dump. I pointed it out. I talked about it last night, and they did what they were supposed to do, and they took it to the downside. These signals are so strong, and I can't believe it was in my face for years, and I never listened. Anyway, so that's your bearish scenario right there, all right? And that still takes you to 32,000. At the end of the day, we could even come all the way down into this. We can come all the way down to 40, 45. We just can't take out this low. Because if you have a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, that would still be a higher low in the trend, right? So until we, I would be bullish until we take out that. Once we take out that, then you expect a higher low, a lower high, and then you're done, right? So if that makes sense to you, that's trend analysis. But anyway, let's let's start fresh again from the outside. But I just wanted to kind of show you that I'm not all bull. I'm just an open-minded trader that sees the market every single day. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, and I have no idea what they're going to do to Bitcoin. I still don't, you know what I mean? I believe in my firm, you know, in my history books, I've studied history and they've printed money to zero. It suggests that they're going to continue to do so. So I've studied history and fiat currency graveyard of history, monetary folly. It says it seemed, you know, the dollar has lost 90% of its purchasing power. It says that most die in 35 years. Most fiat currencies, their lifespan is only 35 years, which means events happen much frequently than people realize. These are all dollar bills that had to get printed to well over, you know, $1 billion, $5 million. They got $1 trillion bills because they had to print the money so much that they had to exchange small bills for bigger bills because you couldn't bring, you know, $10 million to the store to buy milk. You see what I mean? It's $100 grand to buy milk instead of $10 because it's called hyperinflation. This has happened all around the world. Anyway, because of this, and that's just a fast track to history there, that's what really led me to Bitcoin in the first place. So let's break it down. Still going to be the highest weekly close. We were bad. It was going to be so crazy, right? Last night it looked awesome. The week, you know. So still, you know, is going to be a beautiful candle. And we are going to break back above, you know. Oh, so all we need really is a weekly close above 69.7, okay? You close below 69.7. That to me is going to be bearish, and you're going to have a huge wick, and I don't want to see that. So they can do whatever they want the price. They can bring us up. They can bring us down. They can play games. But just don't bring the price lower than 69,800, really, right? You start breaking 69.8, that's going to be a little sketchy to me, all right? So that's our line in the sand on the weekly. Weekly candle close above 69,800, and we should be good to go. But that's, you know, all right? So write that down. Pay attention. Don't forget that. Look at it every day. Don't make it like something like you looked at and then like, because if we end up closing that below and then you think it's all gravy, it really may not be. So I'm the only person who could be slightly bearish. I mean, there's some perma bears out there, but you know, I'm just giving it to you exactly how it is. I got to show you what I see, and that's what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. So I'm bullish. Everything's looking good, but I got to show you the possibilities of what, you know. And look at that, the 3-day, immediately after the candle close wick, we get the follow through. Look, the 3-day dump, 3-day dump, 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 dump. That was the only time, actually two, but that was a nasty dump at least, but you know. So we could reverse. We have some support, but look, even the 3-day, so kind of crazy. It breaks back above this key resistance. It does so well, and then we just give it back up immediately. Pretty strange. Now we have this key level to fight at 69,008 on the 3-day chart, right? So 69.8 on the 3-day. That's the exact level that we talked about, right? And there's some wickage there. You might go in there, but you want to get back above that level. So interesting, you know, and that's going to close in 1 day and 10 hours. All right. That 3-day candle, shoulder, head, right shoulder, definitely hit, you know, most of the target. I like, you know, wick to wick there. It says it could go higher, but you know, so far so good. And again, if we bounce and keep moving, then this will hit the bigger target, right? The huge target is if you take the whole entire way here. See, I didn't always do that too. As I got older, I started doing that, and I noticed it just was more accurate. And that $78,600 level just keeps kind of glaring at me. But let's take a look at the 21-day moving average. Very far away from the 21, right? The 21 is very far away. Price action right here didn't touch it, so it could be one of those. Okay, we've seen that, but it just, you know, it just something you gotta. I can't stand once you're accurate with the moving averages, you can't do what you used to do. It's the knowledge doesn't allow you to just flip and do whatever you want now. You gotta. It kind of stinks, man. It's like it doesn't stink. It's not negative, but in a way, it's like once you know more about the charts, like you're not allowed to play the games you used to play anymore, and there's more pressure on your moves because you know what's going to happen. Like today, very likely that was going to short, right? I could see it. So now you're playing the game that we played earlier. The daily pumps from the 21 back, pumps from the 21 back. Pumps from the 21. Comes back. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 beautiful days of absolute loveliness, right? To make gains. And now here we are back to like, you know, square one. And, you know, 69.6, 69.5 is the daily support or resistance level. You know. But we don't want to close the week. So we could go there all day and all that. We just don't want to close the weekly below 69.8. Golden Cross, tight moving averages suggest that this is just a blip in the radar. And we shouldn't be too, you know, worried, but you never know. You know, let's take a look here. I want to see something on the 3-day. You know, if you just were able to take them, yeah, you got some hidden that's hidden bearish div right there. You know, not the best either. Rounded bottom. Do we make a big cup and handle? Anyway. I just want to be ready in case something doesn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to be a perma bull every 5 seconds and listen to everybody on Twitter and drink the Kool-Aid. At the same time, let's get real. We were just at 73,000. We're only sitting at 70,000. Like we're, you know, we're in good shape so far. So Bitcoin took the dump as it was supposed to. It makes sense. Take a look at our 4-hour time frame. A little bit of chop right there, which gives you some support or resistance, but not a lot. I just did the projection. So the 4 hours oversold, just beginning its dump. You know, like the MACD says, oh, I'm just getting started. Like this is just the beginning. So the 21, when you lose the 21 on the 4, right? It usually begs that the 1 hour will hit the 200 MA. This is what I've learned. I've played with this a lot. So like when I see the 4 hour losing, that's, you know, so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of Bart Simpson our way back down there to 69.8, right? Again, like we talked about, we lose that key level. You know, we're talking about 68,003, and then we're even talking about 66.5 again. So like, boom, boom. Nice pump. So what's our possible scenarios here for Bitcoin? Well, I'll give you 2 at the present moment in time. We do some type of inverted head and shoulder here. We clean this up somehow. We flag it out. And business as usual. And this is just a little dippy move to get in on your altcoins on the low before we get a big pump to the upside. Is definitely a possibility. Has to be included in the idea. All right. That's why DCA, whenever the day is red, let's take a look at our fear and greed index. Extreme greed at 77 today. Wow. Every time I've seen it that high, we've had a massive dump. All right. Like anytime I didn't take some profits, we had a massive dump. I said it last time. I have to say it again. It's like every time we've been this high, something pretty nasty has happened. All right, do we get dump Vember instead of pump Vember? Like, is it not Movember? Like, do we not move to the upside? We got to stay open-minded, and everyone's going to start turning off. This guy is the worst. He's such a bear. I can't stand him. I'm usually not like this. I'm usually probably overly bullish. But, you know, this is just what I see happening, and I don't want to lie to you. I got to be really honest with each and every one of you, and that's what people like coming to the stream for. Just extreme honesty. I'm just going to tell you exactly what I see happening, and I'm not going to candy coat it, sugar coat it, butter it up. I'm just going to show you what and a lot of days I don't even like the analysis that I have to do. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, like, you know, and it like I can't stand watching Bitcoin dump. It upsets me beyond belief. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, it pained me to put out a short today, but I had to do what I had to do. Also, you know, I looked at this too, and I didn't put it out. It was in my head, but it had like this diamond vibe. And even though the diamond came in from the bottom, it kind of was like, I don't know, it just had this feeling like it wasn't going to do the right thing. Can't explain it, but so I didn't put it out. It was kind of an off. These are not. These are called Clarity Super Shots. They got like apple cider vinegar, a bunch of different stuff in them. Pretty awesome. Okay. Like I said, if equities dump 1.5% of the pullback, Bitcoin can do anything except sweep low liquidity. It's natural. Chill, everyone. It's November. Hey, man. I hope you're correct, man. I'm going to take it one step, one day at a time. Again, we may be making this beautiful shoulder, head, right shoulder, and be on our way. Nice little dip. We all say, you were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. You're so funny. I know about the dip, though. Ha, 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 ha. You know, it could be some of the last chances to buy a good big BTC below 80K. You know, now that's my new thing. Or, you know, 75. Anything below 75,000 is a steal. I mean, that's my new saying. You know, it switches every time as Bitcoin goes up and up and up. You know, I mean, that's the key. And that's the mentality I have when it comes to BTC. So where would you pull a fib? You know, we have like Impulse. I mean, do you come back down here? Do you see a $69,500 dippage? You know, and some say no, but I like this as the, you know, I could say that. And you still got a golden pocket pretty close to where we could assume price action may be coming, right? So it's not insane to think we're coming back down to 69,660 into the Fibonacci golden pocket. It's so funny, when you see me trade, right, I barely use fibs, so you're like, oh, this guy, and then you realize, like, oh, he does use the Fibonacci. Like, he is a fib trader. It's weird, right? Because sometimes I forget to. It's like, oh, yeah, but I use fibs every day. All my students use fibs. Anyone that's around me is heavy on their Fibonacci, right? And because just key levels are awesome. And it's good to know them. Like, I mean, there's a 0.5 fib that we seem to be bouncing pretty close off of. So let's break it down. Let's see if there's more opportunity here for Bitcoin. If you're in the short, the stop loss should be a move to break even. Put a 333. Whoa, put a 3. What happened? Oh my God, I got a fog. FWOG, I got a fog in my throat. Shout out to everybody here. God bless you all, though. Shout out to Master Friend of the house. Let's block the charts with Master Friend's banner and forget to cover it up again and then go through the whole stream. As you can see here, Bitcoin is about to I'm just looking right here at oh my God, Bitcoin. Shout out to everybody here. If you want to learn about leverage mastery, if you want to be cool with my friend, Master Friend, jump on in today. All right. And hit the QR code or the link below. $300 for basically 3 mentoring sessions a week. He'll be all over you, though. If you can't handle it, if it's not something that you can handle, then you may want to pass. All right. If you're not ready to have someone ask you how your trades have gone, if you like to hide P&Ls, if you like to kind of continuously send money into your futures account while you just continuously drain it on the other side, if your futures account is basically like a hole in a boat, right, that you just continuously keep draining, yeah, I just got to put that out there. Yeah, if that's what you're doing, you may need some help, right? And that's the help you're going to need. Dip is only for the rich. How many dips can a normal person take? Hey, man, that's like saying, you know, punches are only for the strong. How many punches can strong, you know what I mean? I have hustle, bro. You know how many times they've taken me down and I've gotten back up again? You know how many times I've taken what I had and lost and had to bring it back up? You know how many times I've been through a bull and I had it and then they took it and then I had it and then they took it? It's about your mental ability to push forward every single day, man. Once you realize you're the opportunity and it's about your mental clarity, and nothing will really stop you, because you realize, like, yeah, they can continuously give you a dip. You will always have more money for more dips. As crazy as it sounds, you know, eventually one of the dips will win and I will win, you know, and I may have lost 100 times. I may win 101th. Like, it's crazy. It's short, you know, trading can be that intense, but like, so once you believe in your hustle, man, because every time I go to doubt, Or I think about like something in my life not going well. Like, Sam, you're buying all these things. You got property. It's like, what if you couldn't afford it? What if something doesn't happen? It's like, you know what I mean? As your life expands, you're like, dang, like I have a lot more responsibilities now. I got more bills to pay. I spend more money. It's more. And, you know, your mind says, well, I had a positive mindset and I got from a 600 square, you know, bedroom apartment to where I am today. So I just have to keep that same mentality and believe in God in my heart, and all should be fine. Like, that's how I got here. And then you're like, yes. And then the logic kicks in. The logic is like, hey, you use that mentality to get here. Continue to use this mentality. 5 years from now, you'll be in a higher place. You'll be a higher net worth. Things will be bigger. Continuously manifest and dream. You're in control. And my mind's like, yes, I'm in control. And you have to like immediately realize that you're going to create the fact that you're not going to be in that situation. And next thing you know, you take a deep breath and like I quell it, and like, because like successful people feel just what the same people that fail feel. You know, they go through some of the negative thoughts. I'm not, you know, no one's perfect. The idea is they're able to get through them faster, move right on to the next thing, and control their thoughts for the next moment. Like, that's the difference between a successful person, usually a poor person, and a wealthier person. It's the mindset. You know, a lot of people find there may be some silver spoon, but you know, a self-made multimillionaire and someone that just kind of went to their job and made, you know, what's the difference is, you know, the mindset. Also, everyone has 24 hours in the day. It all depends on how you use your time. You know, usually someone with a higher net worth uses their time far more efficiently than someone of a lesser net worth. It's just a fact. When I was two people. I used to be someone of a lesser net worth, and now I'm someone of a high, right? So I can compare both my people. What's the difference between the two people? Because I was living two lives. Well, the first guy didn't work out every day, had no routine, right? And one was unable to consistently be consistent. Like it was just not in the cards. This guy is super consistent, wakes up every day, you know, sometimes I skip a workout, it happens, but 90% of the time I'm going to hit my workout. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to push myself in some type of physical manner. And so it's just, you know, when you find consistency, all of a sudden your net worth explodes. It's not a coincidence. They go hand in hand. Get yourself a schedule. Maintain a schedule. I'm telling you, it will be one of the best things you've ever had. Like, I'm here every single day, 10 a.m. to 12. Like, it is what it is. No, nothing else. So I see more downside here for Bitcoin. Yeah, possibly down to 69.6, 69.9. It looks like it's going to take its toll. And the daily is pretty bearish too. So the daily wants to push us down. Okay. And you can see the key levels that we're looking for. The second I said that, the thing dropped, right? And technically you're chasing a breakout now. But the other short, as I say, you could have that short open still and just continuously move that stop loss. A little bit of bullish div there, but it's not that strong. And you can kind of see the orders getting filled. BOOKMAP screamed 70K for a long time. And now it says 69,006, just exactly what I say. Like, BOOKMAP and me are twinsies. So BOOKMAP says we go down, and the price action says we go down. We're mapped out. This is a descending triangle, in my humble opinion, that was here. And then we bearishly retested the bottom of the trend line, which happens all the time for a nice entry. Like, you bearishly retest, you dump. That usually confirms that this level is trash. And look, we'd be trading that bullish retest the same way to the upside. And there you have it, all right? I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't been into the future. I can't tell you where this candle will go. But I can tell you the probability is very likely that this is going to happen. Just based on my show, if you watch my show and I put out a chart, most of the time what I say happens. It's just like, and that sounds rude, right, or weird, but it's just math, right? If the people come here and I watch my own show in my own head, like, I've seen what I said and I've seen what happens to price action. Most of the time, it does what we say it's going to do. We already gave you the short earlier today, too, that's in the money right now. If you're in the trading group, I did not open up a long and say, let's go all long. You know, and I was long last night. I'm 100% true to my word, but I told you exactly when I would get out and why, and bang, enough was enough, right? And now they bleed it. Bleed it, baby, bleed it. And there's money either way. You could make money up or down. It does not matter. It's completely up to you. All right. Weird Bitcoin science. Alts are bleeding. And that's the thing, too. I always said to everybody in my trading group, I told them exactly what was going to happen. I said, if Bitcoin dumps, your alts will dump, which is crazy because Bitcoin just went to an all-time high. And you thought we'd be in euphoria. But that's not what happened. It's like, but why, you know? It's crazy, right? So, but remember, what goes down must come up. What goes up must come down. Looking for some type of strong divvy here. It's attempting to kick in on the 1 minute time frame. But likely to bearish retest again possibly and continue to the downside. You're kind of in the abyss. Bigger level of support, 69,006. I would love it if 70,006 holds. SHIB is holding up well. Yeah. Let's take a look back at coin market cap. Any strong coins kicking in the 1 hour right now. TIA holding it barely at 471 though, got hammered. Is having a sell-off, you know, an unlock too, down 23% on the, you know, it had a nice pump, got up there big, and then just like out of nowhere in the last 4 or 5 days, took a beat down. Injective protocol and everything just kind of slumping down hard. Alts getting beat to the ground. The only thing up is this Kaya, right? Everything else taking a beat down. Look at that. You name the coin. Crazy. They end October Halloween with a blast, right? With a nice kick in the teeth. Bang. Right? Bang. Goblin. Shout out to Master Friend. I love you, man. Yeah, don't put up with it, man. Always good, you know, people are nasty, right? Let's take a look at the total market cap for Bitcoin, but I see a move further down here for Bitcoin. And I see a move all the way down here, somewhere to 69,600. Let's see if we can bounce. You know, what would save us? I would even think of opening along until we get back above at least 71,350. And I'm eyeing that 200 MA there on the 1 minute time frame, but likely we're continuing. Now you're looking for a kind of, you know, the death cross there, yeah. The 50 crossing the 200 MA. Look at the 15 minute was the go-to time frame. I told you to short the second we lost the 200 MA and then put a stop with boom, done. Same thing when we get above a 200, we get the huge pump to the upside. That's why flipping the chart upside down will help you understand what's happening in the market. The market doesn't care. The moving averages react either way. The bots are programmed, I've learned. So the second you flip a 200, the bots will shred and vice versa. It's just like it's just, you know? Anyway. And I could see it happening. There was a chance we pumped long. No one knew. What I did know was 90% chance that if we got below this yellow line, there was going to be a nasty dump. And I told all my students and everyone I could that so they could be prepared no matter what. All right. So what button flips the chart? Alt-I. Alt-I will flip the chart upside down because the chart is the same. Some people say, I can't short. Well, shorting is longing and longing is shorting. Okay. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. Oversold on the stochastics RSI. MACD turning. There's a chance we could get a bit of a bottom here at 70,670. It would be awesome if we don't go back down. BOOKMAP says hogwash. All the liquidity is to the downside. We want to take you down, and we're going to take you down to 69.6, even 69.460. So BOOKMAP wants lower. What is BOOKMAP? Link in the description below. It's basically, I'd say it's a liquidity aggregator. It gives you where all the orders are kind of amalgamated on multiple exchanges in one place. So you can see where most people, whales included, are gearing up. So basically, if they missed, they want to buy. These are buys. 400 Bitcoin, 396, 200, 370, 118, 272. These are large orders on the order book for Bitcoin. People buying 100 Bitcoins, 200 Bitcoins. All right. Said I show my short, but gains are gains, yeah. And today would be a great day, in my humble opinion, to DCA into altcoins. Like everyone else is going to be, you know, I don't want to paint all doom and gloom here. I take advantage of this. At the same time, my favorite time to load up is when this is pretty high. That gets me a little sketched out. I'll be honest with everybody. Makes me want to kind of hold some tether for a second and kind of take a chill pill, but you know, and I can't even believe I said that, but the fear and greed is at 77. So it doesn't make me want to go extra hard. You know, I already kind of went extra hard. Tonight we have weekly screen share today too. We also have the monthly candle close. It's also Halloween. So I'll probably be live tonight at about 8:45 when my kids get home, and then, you know, so what would be some good short positions? I mean, I just short Bitcoin, honestly. You could make good gains with proper risk management. I don't think there's any reason to short anything else, you know? Every once in a while, if a coin gets overextended, but to me, all coins, I just like, you know, I want to use the lev if I'm going to short. And so to me, I'm going to short Bitcoin. Like, and so to me, this is the short right here for BTC. 4-to-1 risk reward ratio too as well. Sam, what has the fear and greed index been in previous Octobers and Novembers? It depends, really. But it usually goes with the rally. And usually, like, we're doing well and we're rallying. And, you know, we did just hit that high. So I get it. It's an extreme greed. But, you know, we'll see. Give it a little pullback. I think what happens today is going to implement it a little bit. Send it back to the 60, I don't know, 468, somewhere into that 64, 66 region. That's what we want to see. So are we going to bearishly retest, make a bear flag here on the 1 minute time frame, and continue to the downside? It looks likely. Let's see if we can get above this resistance now punched in there at 70,950, about 71K. Just want to use there we go. Now, at this point, the bigger trade, you can move that stop loss in to take profit. You could take profit. I don't know what you want to do. You could do whatever you want, right? I'm probably taking money and taking that trade down. You know, so congrats to anyone in the trading group that did take the trade. It's up to you. I don't trade every day, and I don't force myself to trade all the time. Last night, I had a guest come over a little too late, Jamal Antonio. And I was up super late, man. And but it is what it is. We had a good time, and I appreciated it. So it was awesome. But I didn't get to bed till like way too late. And it threw off. It kind of like, I'm a very schedule maintained person. Definitely threw off my schedule a little bit. So like, I don't like to push myself when my head isn't there, right? And I'm smart about that. And you do the same as me. You know, I could get my live stream done. I can call the calls for all you. But sometimes it's just too much to start throwing money around. For me personally, unless I had a good night's sleep, my head's rested, and I have some clarity. And I knew this morning I didn't have that clarity for myself. I had it for the trading group and everybody else, but I didn't have it for myself. So I backed off, even though I could pretty much see what was going to happen. Kind of crazy. You need your lemon. Yeah, let's get the lemon in the water. Thank you for saying that. Have you gone over total 3 and total market cap? I just got out of a meeting, so I missed a good bit. I'd like to actually do that in a second. Thank you for saying that. That was my next thing. So I see this bear flag dumping to the downside here for Bitcoin. 1 minute looks like it wants to take its toll down. Town, baby. Downtown. When every business, it's just in every business, be good downtown. You know that song, right? Downtown. Okay, everyone's like, what the heck are you saying? Bear flag for Bitcoin, bearish retest. These descending triangles love to do it. And then continue, you know, stochastics wanting to twist down. A little bit of bullish divvy. Can we hold? I got two lines here. One is the measured move of the bigger flag. One is the measured move of the small flag. Forgive me if it seems confusing. I do overload the chart. I like to show you a lot of what's happening. What is this line here? It's a, you know, that's the swing down. And it's just really the bullish divvy. I mean, the bear, yeah. But there we go, baby. To the downside. Now it's already in the money. Let's see if this wants to continue. Let's take a look at total, the entire market cap of all of cryptocurrency. And it's kind of crazy. Some also like the lowest they've ever been. It looks like they're going to bleed again. I tell you what, man, it wasn't the October I was thinking. It didn't, that's why it doesn't matter what I think, right? So we got this big, beautiful move. Let's take a look at like what could or could not be happening. Nice resistance there that we broke and fell below, which means you're going to break down, right? 21 got really far apart on that area, so you could say, okay, I get it. It's getting wavy. And in my mind, you'd have to say, well, respect the bottom trend line, but you got to break out of this rising wedge and go parabolic here. Otherwise, the fate of the market kind of, and again, tight moving averages break out, they print the money, right? And it's also we got election jitters here, right? There's a lot of people on either side of this kind of fumble in the bag, so it's creating it's definitely having an effect on the market. I think, on the crypto market specifically. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. The charts will show you what's happening. All right. Look, bit of a double bottom being put in here by the 1 minute time frame. We break this, we're likely to drop down to 69.6 as suggested, and probably pretty fast. We hold this, maybe this could be our daily bottom. There's a chance, but you never know. I would like to see how that daily. So yeah, total market cap takes a beat down. People sell off. Everyone gets scared. They create this I don't know. I don't know how that you can be at the all-time high yesterday, be the highest we've ever been, and then everyone's freaking out so fast. It's really, you can actually feel the tension of fear in the air. And there's a lot of just, whenever I have to wear the red tie, red pocket square, and the red shirt, it's usually because people are bugging out. And I dress for the occasion. So total market cap looking quite interesting. And I wouldn't be surprised if it does make its way all the way back down here to the bottom of the pattern. And wow, what a nice little, it's really strange. Like Bitcoin consolidated. What it did is a bit odd, like huge pump, elongated consolidation, right? But again, we didn't get faked out. Why? I used the 200 MAs. See, before I would have been like, that's a bull flag. I can't believe they did that. I never saw it coming. But because I'm able to flip bearish at any moment in time, because I'm able to stay open-minded that I may not be right, I'm able to be right. You get it? It's interesting. It's like, because you're able to realize that you're not right ever, and you have to look at the charts, you're actually able to be right more than you're not with your money in your trading. It's not a really, there's days where I'm like, dude, that's bullish. I'm going all the way. I love that. But the charts tell me, hey, you lose the 200 MA, you have to be bearish. It's kind of how I felt last night. I was like, man, this is getting tight. I was drinking my own Kool-Aid. And then I had to put my own update out. My own update said, man, you lose that 200 MA, you're going to go to the downside. I teach this to my students every single day, over and over again, right? A lot of people who were stuck at 73,000. Bitcoin doesn't seem like it can hit 100K there. I said it. Shout out to Paul Wood, man. If you're in Moonwell, then October was a great month. Oh man, October was unbelievable for Moonwell. A couple coins had some good pumps. Look at PYTH, right? Yeah, Moonwell was out of control. Finally did take that dump to the downside, right? Probably pulled back slightly. Yeah, there you go. Fell out of the bottom trend line and just said, had Bitcoin played and it done well, it could have kind of stayed in that zone and possibly got it in a move. But yeah, Moonwell did very, very well. Like 2 cents all the way somewhere into 10. What a beautiful move for Moonwell. From October 9th on, it got a Coinbase listing and erupted too. And I remember someone was like, Moonwell's going to go down Coinbase, and then it was gone. Absolutely gone. Attempting to bounce yet again here for Bitcoin. Not bad, not too shabby. Can you get back and see? It's a bit of a double bottom. You see it? It almost has a inverse head and shoulder vibe, like a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. You got to make some type of bullish pattern to survive, to defy these bears. But to me, it's more likely we go to the downside. It's making a bear flag as far as I'm concerned. And you're not able to get back above this 70,008 became resistance now. Bit of a double top there too as well. And the stochastics got high. Like, I could be wrong. But the probability is starting to tell me that dump is coming, and it's coming in the next couple minutes. My target is 69,680 for starters. It could go lower. That's the kind of the first level. BOOKMAP suggests that we are 100% locked in for a move to the downside. BOOKMAP's been suggesting a move to the downside for 2 to 3 days now, even though we've been sideways. They were spot on yet again, right? There's that red candle. It's a bearish engulfing candle that just closed. You can put these three inside, basically telling you that your next candle is likely going to be bearish, all right? Doesn't mean it is, it just says it's likely, right? We have nice divot 3 minute, 4 hours in an uptrend. We can come to 69.5 and still be bullish. Oh yeah, oh yeah. People get scared like now they sell alts, exactly. Bitcoin doesn't seem like it can hit 100. Oh yeah, there he goes. Paul, we love you, man. You never know what can happen. Hey man, you're open to your opinion, man. You can say whatever you feel as long as it doesn't offend anybody. That might offend someone. Some like diehard Bitcoin. No, how dare you? Coming up in the wow, these things keep time pretty on point, man. Like by the minute. You got to give it to it. Them rollies, right? 1103 for BTC. Struggling here inside this flag for Bitcoin. Shout out to everybody that made gains off the short and that may continue to make gains if this continues to short. It's trying to find a bottom here for the day, you know. Unlikely that it's going to be here. I see just too much liquidity to the downside. BOOKMAP screaming we're going to go lower. I kind of want to get rid of this bar because it's just in the way, but it, you know, clearly tell you that my target is down there at about 69,670. But I'd be cool if we don't, you know. And again, what's cool about my strategy is we flip, we get above the 200 MA. I'll go long later on today and I'll show a long trade, you know, and you're like, how the... It's attempting to almost Adam and Eve a little bit, right? You see how it has that Adam and Eve vibe, that type of vibe? Could this be a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder? Hey, anything is possible. I'm open-minded. I'm always working in my mind. This is like playing chess. You don't know what the person across from you is going to do. You have assumptions and ideas, thoughts, and you know, some back-tested data on all the different players you played. And oh yes, people like to do that when they do this. And oh, I've seen many players do this after do that. You might learn people who have similar trading styles. And they learn from a certain area. The point is, if you told yourself what they're going to do, you wouldn't be ready for what they could do, right? Same thing in trading. You don't tell yourself what's going to happen. That's rude to yourself. That's not right. Like, that's not how you treat yourself. Like, you got to be good to yourself as a trader. And to be good to yourself, you need to be open-minded. If you're like, I know where price is going, it's bear, it's, you know, I mean, you can say, hey, that's a bear flag. We're very likely going to the downside. The data in the charts that I use convey that there's a likely move to the downside. Okay. And that's how I use it. The charts convey that. It takes away your ability to say, think or feel or believe. All right. 69.5 to put in a higher low. Then when, we put in to all-time high. Yeah, they could print the low, but until the next high is a lower high, I am bullish. Of course, 100%. GFI forming a flag. I'm also seeing a flag on Relio too. But what type of flag are you saying? A bear flag or a bull flag? So this trade is already in the money. Looks like it could continue a little bit here. We want to get to 69,670 for Bitcoin. Moon boys get crushed. Open-minded traders don't. Amen. Amen. And you can lose a trade, everybody. You can skip a beat. It's okay. As long as you make it back over time. And the only way to do that, in my humble opinion, is to have a simple strategy that you play over and over again, and you're humble enough to take smaller wins over time. The trader that takes smaller wins over time ends up becoming the winner, you know. A new moon is coming too. Bitcoin likes to dump on the new moon for whatever reason. But that's another key part of data that we have studied that does somewhat play out. Moon boys get crushed, amen. Yeah. GFI forming a flag. Octavio Aguilera wants to obviously look at GFI. So there you go. I mean, that flag breaks to the downside on total. Suggests that we are flowing all the way back down here somewhere to $2.29 trillion. And we just got to cool off a bit, I guess. And then we'll come back up, get tight, and then break on out. Just a little more sideways price action. All right, November 6th, November 7th, something like that. Looks like it's going to wait till the election is over. Look, isn't that weird? Up, down, would be a higher low on the 7th of November, and then bang, right? Gary Gensler would get fired. Imagine the day he gets fired, what would happen? I mean, dude, price action would erupt, right? Bitcoin getting a nice, like a very strong pump right now. A very strong pump off the bottom of the channel here. Back above 71. Again, 71,000 is so beautiful. Like, let's all take a deep breath and be super happy. Like $71,000 Bitcoin, you know? Like, come on. Honestly, whoever wins, there's no bear market confirmed because they both have to cater to crypto. At the end of the day, cryptocurrency it's the Uber, it's the fastest. It's going to win. If you're not aligned with it over time, the money that is aligned with it is eventually going to compile you because it's a faster form of money. So whoever uses it can make more money than people who don't use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's break it down. Let's just say there's a world of cryptocurrency and there's a world of the old legacy. And there's one guy and they both have, let's just say, they both have businesses. They both make, 10 grand a month, whatever, 10 grand a month to make it simple. And it's 1950. It's a lot of money. Let's go back in time. Anyway, no, it can't be because they have the whole point is the other details are irrelevant. So the two people are both in business. Now, one guy is in cryptocurrency, so his customers pay him in crypto. So like when his customers come to the bank, give him some. So at the end of the day, he has all the money, right? And then he meets a guy that does real estate in crypto, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I got this investment," and he can literally move his money to that instantly. Right? And he can buy it. So in the course of like a 5 to 10 year period, if he keeps that up, like he's going to be able to buy more properties and use the money quicker than a guy that has to wait for every bank process to go through. Then if he wants to do real estate, he has to go and do a wire transfer, wait 3 days, right? The other guy can just press a button and send his funds to the other person, buy the real estate. It's like boom, right? So obviously the person that had access to cryptocurrency would eventually become more wealthy, right? Isn't that obvious to everybody here? I mean, not in every scenario, you never know, but it's the higher probability scenario. All right, no matter if you gave two people with the exact same business and you gave them both ecosystems, the ecosystem or with cryptocurrency would expand faster, period, which would help business grow faster, period. So if you don't align yourself, I'm speaking to all the politicians out there, if you're listening or if you're involved in politics, if you don't align yourself with cryptocurrency, all right, in the best way possible, which is a free form of exchange, and you know what I mean, it's a really good community with already some guidelines set for it that are made by the immutable essence of the blockchain, right? That really can't be changed. If you're cool with that, and if you have to understand, any of you politicians, anyone out there wanting to cater to the American people or any people on earth, that the people that are into crypto will eventually be wealthier than the people that aren't. And so they're going to be able to buy the super PAC or whatever it is and endorse the right candidate and usually, and sway, get things moving in the right direction. So it's almost uneven playing field if one party is pro crypto and one party isn't. Like both parties have to be pro crypto because it can only hurt both parties in the end in their long-term commitment to financial growth, right? Which is what almost every party wants to do at the end of the day, make people feel like they were wealthier than they were before. Isn't that it? I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff. I get it. There's Supreme Court justices. There's all this other nonsense. But everyone always says, I was doing better when this person was here. I was doing worse, The economy, to me, is usually the number one thing that people are focused on. Okay? Uni L2 tested and attempted to be the fastest blockchain. That's pretty cool, man. Uni L2 might take some, and honestly, that's going to affect Uni, right? The Uni coin, which is going to be pretty big. I like it. I like it a lot. I like what's going on. So total market cap. Let's take a look at total 3. The entire market cap of all of cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're going to do your macro technical analysis video tomorrow. Pretty crazy, right? I feel like I just did that video. I mean, Friday comes up. It's like, wow, there's Friday again. I just started the week and there's Friday again. So interesting how fast everything flows throughout this universe. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. We got to shout out our channel sponsors. They're awesome. I Trust Capital. Buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver with your IRA. There's nowhere else you can do that. People said, but I like the ETF. But you know what? If Bitcoin crashes on the weekend, you can't access that ETF. You can't buy those low prices. But you can do that here on I Trust Capital. I Trust Capital has everything from SUI, still holding $2, Near Protocol, Uniswap, Pepe, and more. Dog with Hat even. I mean, they got it. They got it. Solana, Toncoin. Check out I Trust Capital today. You will not be disappointed. Hit the QR code or the link to find out more about why so many people are turning to investing for their retirement with I Trust Capital. I get in a message almost every couple of days. Someone messaged me the other day, both me and my wife. Thank you so much. I'm like, wow, God bless you. Decrypted.tax, experts in cryptocurrency and DeFi tax preparation. Streamline your crypto and DeFi taxes with their cutting-edge software. Import your wallets and exchanges. The owner has a Bored Ape. That's his. He didn't just swipe it. That's his real Bored Ape. So if you're into someone that's into crypto, who knows the better half of, all the ins and outs, go to decrypted.tax. Get yourself a free consultation today and find out more at decrypted.tax. We thank both of those companies for their beautiful sponsorship. It means the world to us, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Total Market Cap here. Let's take a look at Total 3. Total 3 was awesome. If it loses this trend line, it's not so awesome. We have this beautiful support line kind of holding us down there too at about 608. Go a little bit lower, 607. We lose that, you come back down here and you're definitely testing 578. I would not like to see the altcoins lose the $600 billion level. It's a key level. I'd like us to stay inside this, and this is just a pullback. What goes up must come down. Okay, we went up nicely. We're coming back down on the 1 hour. No biggie. Not the worst thing in the world here. I don't want to paint the bearish picture. We get a nice bounce and things could happen. So I'm excited here for Bitcoin, and I'm excited for what I'm looking at. All right. Total 3 definitely looks interesting. When I make $1 billion, it will be from a small amount. Hey, you never know what could happen. You never know. I feel like the month just started. It's already November, right? It's terrible at the trading hub. Below 10K Australian dollars. So many losses, even during the bull. Oh, man, that's sad. People that have problems trading in your, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do. But there was a time where I began day trading and I struggled, right? But I had money coming in from my job, and 1 paycheck, 2 paycheck. And after the third one, I said, I'm not going to keep doing that. And I began to DCA, and I realized that I had to use small amounts until I was able to handle myself. I wasn't able to put $1,200 into the account. I was only able to DCA the $1,200. I allowed myself to still buy cryptocurrency, but I just bought it on a smaller scale. You see? Little by little, and then went from there. So, Total 3, we need this to be a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and get the bounce here. Very important. You do not want to see us wick or even get close to 606, and if we lose 606, 579 for BTC. Okay? The truth hurts, but we're sticking to it. Bitcoin ripped up to get the shorts. Gave this little curve. Could be the daily bottom here off that bullish divvy. Looks pretty awkward to me though. Look at that. Wouldn't hit the stop loss yet. Look, it's still kind of in action. Crazy, right? We call that a whipsaw. I mean, there is a pretty good bullish divvy here, but it just, you got low volume on Thursday. So, you can see we had non-farm, we had, unemployment data. So there's just a lot that shook up the market already. So now you have a lot of loose order books, people that were in and out of trades, people that left a trade around. And then you have the spot traders that are willing to get into Bitcoin, right, at these prices. Because, they're worried they're going to miss out. There's too many people. Once the price action gets kind of crazy like this, there's so many people below that were told they were going to get Bitcoin cheaper. And their FOMO and fear of not being able to get Bitcoin is usually far greater than anything else that really can come onto the market. There's no other, because they're the ones with that fever, right? If you DCA'd and you've been buying Bitcoin, you're into it, but you don't have that I should have, what am I doing? I'm just, the impulsive nature to just do. And the people that missed out on Bitcoin, they have the impulsive nature to just do. Like I said, they just want to. So it's okay. Now, What I'm, you get what I'm saying, right? They missed out. They were told they're going to buy. So now they're running on fumes. They're running on emotion. So they're like, oh, I got to buy now. Like, this looks to me like it's making more of a descending triangle that makes it that wants to make a move further to the downside. I just have to I'm really not changing my tune here to short to 69,680. It looks likely. Just kind of tweaking the way I see it happening. Anything is possible. This could easily rip up, wreck all the shorts. There is a pretty good bullish div, and we previous resistance. We just did one SR flip. So some signs of life there. Resistance. You broke out, you bounced. That's interesting. Tight moving averages usually, right? And we pump up to what? The 200 MA. If we can get it. Let's take a look at how the 5-minute looks though. 5-minute looks absolutely horrible. It suggests it may continue. 7-minute getting to that overbought region. I'm not trading Thursdays right now. I feel like Bitcoin is not going under 70K for a long time. I see a falling wedge that we broke out of and just retested. I like it. Well, I also do want to look at a wedge here on the 8-hour time frame. So what I do is I go to another chart, BTC USD. We'll take a look at what we see here on Bitcoin USD on Coinbase. And I'm going to go to the 8-hour time frame, right? Again, we got that range that we were playing on and we broke, so it's just... My bad, I was remembering how the 8-hour looked last night. Yeah, no, we lost. That was like poking at it. Looked good. No, we lost that sauce. And too far from the 21-day moving average, so now you could get a bounce here now, but it still suggests that you overall fill out the play. End up somewhere down there, right? Before we get the pump. It's not the worst thing in the world. And it gives us this nice level playing ground to pump to a new all-time high. We just need that, Wow, we were $100 away from the all-time high, though. Like $140. Yesterday, gifted lifer Vista. Today, I give the lifers talent. Can I get TA on talent? Mr. Sam, God bless you. Shout out to Mystic Flowers. Thank you for gifting us every single day something awesome. And let's take a look at Vista and see what happened there. Just kind of keep it on my radar. Vista. If I could spell, I would. I can spell actually really good. I was really good at spelling as a kid. It's just the typing. It's the typing. Trust me. It's not the spelling over here. It's the typing. So interesting, it kind of, I wanted to come down to that 618. It went up though, it ran up instead. Interesting. Huge support down there at 25. Bit of an M pattern looking to break down, right? Yeah, so you look for that 618. The cool thing about this is it dumps, boom, we find a new home, it's a falling wedge, and then we can get in. It doesn't dump and it breaks out of here and gets sideways, then I'm looking to enter somewhere at the inside the, the tight channel. So like right in there somewhere. So I'm not saying it's going up and we can handle it either way, but a bounce here would be really nice. All right, it would give it some structure. And thanks for being consistent inspiration to me and my family, bro. We're right behind you. God bless you, Jamal. The lifer made history in Canada yesterday when his wife was trying to get him to go to lunch. We went. So it went to an all-time high in Canada. Man, I had a short position that I opened at 68,450, so I was sweating 63,600 with 90K. Oof. Hey Sam, what do you think of AITECH? Thanks, man. I like AITECH and I own it. And I believe it's something worth the, but again, who knows? It's also very speculative. Low cap, and you never know. Could the team abandon it? Could something happen? These things are, it's sad to say. It's possible, right? To me, it's in the highly speculative region. Very low cap gem. What are my risk reward ideas? Well, let's look at AITECH, right? I'm just going to kind of give you what I'm looking at it. 8 cents now, just like you name the altcoins, like bleeding them out. They're just bleeding them out. It's like disheartening to see after years of DCAing and some coins. Still has a $93 million market cap. I believe it could get to $1 billion. Acquires NFT provider Hashpal. Interesting. So the thing I wanted to talk about is its market cap, right? And then like how much circulating supply is out there. Has 4 million in volume, which is pretty good if you think about it. Like compared to a lot of coins, it's awesome. It's got $92 million market cap, $1 billion in the circulating supply, and it's got a BNB address. Funny, that's it, nothing, right? On BSC scan, AITECH. It's a data center spanning 8,000 square feet in Europe. AITECH is the world's first deflationary AI infrastructure utility token, facilitating access to the artificial intelligence GPU marketplace and Launchpad. AITECH Pad, Launchpad too, which it also could make the token, pretty, people will want it because they're going to use it. Launchpads tend to make things go up in value. They add utility to the token. $92 million market cap could definitely 10x, 20x, in my humble opinion. It's there. It's got the market cap to do damage. So, yeah. Now, I just believe anything could happen. When I took a shot at it, but that's what I did. I don't know. There's no guarantees. But I did make a pretty substantial investment in AITECH. We'll see what happens over time. And that's why, man, days like today, days like throughout, you'll play with your mind. You'll see things one way, you see it a different way. See, I broke out now, but it's playing around and so there you have it. It's about to break up or down out of this little tight channel there. When the moving averages get tight, I tell you what, we usually get a pump to the 200 MA. Whenever I see these get super tight, we usually boom right up to here. I've seen that happen many times. All right. Again, I'm not in a short or long. I kind of did look. If you were in the short, you did get pulled into the gains. If you were heavy, it depends on what. I don't know what someone was trading. I rarely go when I trade leverage to the target. Usually, if it's a target, it means I wasn't home. If I'm watching the trade, I take the profit pretty fast, or a lot faster than when I'm not home, and I let it cook. The bigger trades are when I'm not home, which is interesting, but it is what it is, right? What are your favorite altcoins for this bull run? Is that a symmetrical? Yes, SYM though, not SEM. Hey, Omar, Weeks is a great demo platform. Sam and the Lifers, a sign up link in the description. Yeah, we do. If you want to jump on in here, not even in the description, it's in the pinned comment up here. You can sign up to Weeks and register today. Weeks is an awesome exchange. They have a demo platform. They have access to all coins, and they're 0%, basically 0% spot, just like MEXC. They're the least expensive, besides MEXC. MEXC is the least expensive one in the entire game. All right. MEXC takes the least amount of fees. So that's why I like MEXC.com, right? It's really, you don't want to give your money back while you're trading just from the trading alone. You want to be able to make your gains and do your thing and feel light. MEXC does that. MEXC does that. And MEXC has access, in my humble opinion, to more coins than any other exchange in the game. All right. Someone asked for the grass. Grass continues to pump because it's like, people are getting airdropped it. It's exciting. Let's make a little bit of a run. People are talking about it. Grass. It's on Bybit Spot. Thought I saw it on MEXC. There it is. Yeah, grass on MEXC. So I don't know where you drew that flag, but it said we would get to 112. Look, we wicked exactly to that area, only to drop. All right, grass. I don't know when I put this out, but maybe I did put it out recently. Let's take a look. I just like to search the name in the Discord. I put out so many charts, and I'm getting so old, I forget when I put something. You know, I can't remember. Like, a lot of times it'll hit me though. Yeah, you did put this out, or you didn't. Right? Yeah. So let's take a look at this. Hey, Sam, can you have a look at SEI? We will. Shout out to Camelo. God bless you. Super chats. Aurora. Lucy on Soul. Is Mexi available to us or need a VPN? It depends on where you're at. My Ledger wallet holds some USD, and I have the Z-Ray. Imagine your tuition loan endless in North. How can I? Oh, come on, man. Get this guy out of here, bro. What a weirdo. Okay. Super chats. Aurora, SEI, GFI, and Lunacy. Any good? You can't have USD on a wallet anyways. Like, come on, man. Guys being them. So there's a trend line for grass. And if grass can jump there, I mean, it's going to continue to do damage. And you think, but the airdrops, they're going to dump it all, but maybe they love the utility of it. Maybe they sell some, keep some, and it doesn't, it doesn't take out the speculative nature of the coin. But it definitely shows signs of life here that it could pump to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for grass. Compared to every other coin, it's new. It's got a little more going for it. If it flops, it flops, but it looks like it's likely going to make some type of move here. I like grass. That target's 161. I was doing grass for a long time. That sounds so funny. But we were using this protocol named grass for a long time. See how I did that there? We were using the protocol named grass, and we were doing all the stuff that, the airdrop and stuff. I eventually kind of forgot about it and stopped running it as much. And I should have kept running it more, right? But I get busy, man. A lot of stuff happened. I bought a house. We had a baby. No excuses, but I run the trading group too. It's my foremost. But we were doing grass, if you remember, in my trading group. You were introduced to it. I talked about it, and we were running it to see if we could get some money, some airdrops out of it. And I probably have an airdrop waiting for me. I'll see. Try visit MXC. Analyze Catcoin, please. Yeah, that's why Weeks is the best. Go to WEEX. If you have any problems with MEXC, Matt, go to Weeks and you'll be all set. All right. You're funny. Buying and selling grass is on the exchange. So yeah, grass looks interesting. Almost willing to take a shot at it here. It is on MEXC. That could be, if Bitcoin gets the bounce, if Bitcoin dumps, maybe it could lose this trend line. But so far, so good for grass. And if you bring this up even closer, you get almost a 6-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So it's like, I could risk $100 for $600. All right, what's the worst that can happen? I like what I'm seeing here for grass, and that level is 160. You can put an alert on it. Aggressive entry is now. Remember, it's an aggressive entry. We could lose it. Jump into Weeks on Sam's pinned comment. No VPN gives you only gains. Amen. I highly recommend. Rule number 1: never let anyone know how much. So the comment blew up, and apparently everyone had to jump on in and make a funny grass comment. I get it. Hey, it's grass.io, baby. It's grass.io. Aggressive entry is now. And Bitcoin's acting kind of, you know what I mean? It's flopping around. Bitcoin's flopping and groping, so you got to be careful. But if anything is holding strong, you got to give it to grass, right? Okay, what do you think about Satoshi Reveal? I don't know. That's what I wanted to ask you guys. And so we're going to run a poll. Hold on. This is great. Look. Check this out. It's clear PR clickbait. Yeah, exactly. Jamie knows. Yeah. It has to be fake, man. It has to be. It's 11:30 now, and they probably haven't done a thing. Yeah. So. But they paid really hard for it to, like, be pushed out, right? But why are people peeing? You know, why are other people peeing? You know, look, this is the man claiming to be Satoshi Nakamoto. You guys are, oh my gosh, man. Are they? Maybe there is that real? I don't know if that's for. Maybe it. I don't know. Right. This guy is so. These people are so crazy, man. Anyway, no updates on it at all. It doesn't seem to be holding any weight. Right now, the whole world will be going crazy. Like, Satoshi Nakamoto revealed, right? Like, I think it's unlikely. All right. Nothing burger, hold the bun. Amen. Yeah. Lettuce. Just lettuce inside. So basically what you're saying is don't argue with the internet. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Shout out to Christopher Inks, my man. Bruce Fenton in the house. We love you, man. Through to announce the sale of our company, broker dealer, Watchdog Capital to crypto.com. Wow, that's a big deal. He probably made a boatload. God bless you, man. That's how you make a bill. What meme coins are you buying on this Bitcoin breakout? Comment below. Let's see what people like here. And we'll meme farm right now. Bert, never heard of it. Nah, Barrio. Another one out there on base. All right. Bert. NPC. I keep hearing non-playable coin. I like Ponky personally. I pick Ponky as my cash cow, but we'll see. This guy says Casper forever, baby. Hey, I can see Casper doing numbers. Someone trying to say they're going to see Casper at $10 in this rally. A $10 Casper. I mean, I guess anything's possible, but to me, it seems, you know, who knows? What if Bitcoin goes on a 1-year cycle rally and it gets crazy and we get pretty hard? You know, you got Pump Cat, Pop Cat. You got all sorts of cats out here. Anyway, moving forward. Come on, 4 hour, you could do it. Anything is possible. Let's take a look back at Bitcoin's 4 hour time frame. It is getting oversold in the stochastics RSI. But wow, they're plowing it to the downside. And again, you have to just start looking at your 21s. Like the 8 hours coming to the 21. The daily looks like it wants to come back to the 21-day moving average. You'd like to see if we can do that without losing the support and resistance level here for Bitcoin 69K. Like, can we hold with those two candles closed? Speedy made a new all-time high yesterday. It's now a good entry on this pullback. And your opinion? Speedy, you know, it did look interesting. Let's take a look at Speedy here. I think Speedy was also on Maxi. I guess it wasn't. I don't know why I thought it was. Well, let's take a look at Speedy here. Speedy for wrapped ETH too, right? Yeah. Or was it on Phantom? Is it on Phantom? No. Yeah, $36 million. Usually it's the one with the biggest market cap. Wow, I mean, look what it did too. It made an inverted head and shoulder. You see this? So it ripped up from October 18th for gains. I mean, massive gains from October 18th. We even were talking about it on the stream probably back then too. Like, we went over a lot of these coins. We really did. I was far more focused on Bitcoin, and I said, hey, you never. And the thing about all meme coins is, like, you could tell maybe which ones have a better community and could do damage. You kind of assess the situation. But at the end of the day, if you fire off enough, you probably will lose 90% of them, and you just got to hope that the ones you win recap losses and some. But it can become a zero-sum game, and then you get caught up like revenge trading, revenge memeing. Like, you just keep deciding that eventually you're going to hit the one, and then every day you don't, you read a story of someone else who did, and they're like, and then one day you go to buy one, but then you pick the next, and the one you went to buy was the one, and then you're like, no, and like, it can be so psychologically damaging, and it happened to me, you know. So I'm always very careful about meme trading, as fun as it seems, and I know I want to have life-changing wealth, and I own a few. I add them to my long-term portfolio, and I leave it at that. But once you let it take over, and it can take over, you're like, I'm just going to be on Pop Fun for a couple hours. I'm just going to do. Next thing you know, it's like you're a meme coin casino. Like, that's your life. You are participating in a 24/7 meme coin casino, right? Sammy, please take a look at APE. We'll take a look at APE. It had that huge pump to the upside last week and a half there, and then it's likely going to come back down. I'd look for this to come back down, and in that 2.8 area looks like a key level. A previous resistance becomes support. Bitcoin could drop. It could drop with it. And it just gives you that perfect entry for Speedy. Sad thing is, when these things get huge, it's kind of like, you know, now you can make 186%. But if you were still in it for the long haul, I mean, you're starting to get into the 28x and on, which is pretty awesome. Live for Bitcoin trendline on exact support right now. See the start of October 25th. Third touch now. If that's how you feel about it. Yeah, but 70,800 is a known area too, though. And they want to bring you to 69.2 now. They really want to crush us down. I guess a pullback wouldn't be the worst. It could reset the market somewhat if we were so frothy, but dang. Who was the one winning but the VCs and the big boys, right? I feel like retail wasn't even here yet. Wow, we've covered a lot of coins here and went over a lot of different dynamics for you on, you know, that we could trade and look at. Brass looks like the strongest thing I could find in the game right now, and it's holding above basically a buck, which is pretty awesome. So that's on the radar. I like what I'm seeing there. All right. Brass.io. All right. Okay, moving forward. One thing I also want to talk about, right, is how airdrop season is going to come back. It's going to come back pretty strong, and there's going to be all these things you can do on DeFi, right? And you can go all over here, you can go over there, and it's going to get intense. And I just want to put it out there and let people know, like, you know, that's another thing that grabs liquidity. There's going to be ways, but, you know, just be careful. There's going to be launch pads. Launch your coins here, do this here, do that there, and it's just going to get out of control. You're going to forget you had money on a launch pad. Well, what was it doing over here? What was it doing over there? It gets very intense, very fast. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Just be careful. Bitcoin flat. Flatoshi. Well, I mean, look, this looks like it still wants to dip down. I mean, everything says bearish. At the end of the day, it's more bearish than bullish. I might be ready for a trade in a second here. Feeling my hair grow. You ever feel your hair grow? I swear, it's like, there it is, right? Peeking through the pores. Thank God I still have hair. Some men of my age are already here. I knew men that 10 years, 33, 35 years old were losing their hair. I mean, that looks more and more likely that you're going to get a dump now, because you should have got the pump to the 200, but you're kind of bleeding down now. Take profit takes you to 69,141. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Stop at 71,164. And I'm taking the short. I know I'm a little late to the party over here, but I'm in there. I don't see the bulls had a chance to really get us back above resistance. They couldn't. Seemed to get crushed again. And I could be wrong. Maybe they flip it right back up and they hit me. You never know. Pretty tired today. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to take the short. I'm going to take the short. So far, wow, it's fast, $16. Let's see what happens, though. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch here. Once you lose the 700, pretty psychological. 800 is pretty psychological, too. Usually when you lose the 8s, you drop to the 5s. I found that out to be pretty true. Like, trading between the 8s and the 5s is somewhat profitable. You know, it has panned out in my lifetime, or, you know, here and there. And you just put what you're willing to lose, what you're accepting to be okay with losing, and you go from there. And you have to come to terms that you may lose that, you may lose. And then you have a strategy that you do the math. And if you do it enough, are you able to handle the losses and the wins? Back test it, keep proper risk management, always use a stop. And over time, you should win. Your consistency will win. But again, a lot of people will have one bad month, one bad couple of weeks, and they won't be able to get over it. And that could end their trading career. It's kind of crazy how, like, you could be running until you're not. Look how that's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, too. I mean, that says dump. Anything could happen, man. They could all of a sudden rip it right back out. Anything could happen. I never know what's going to happen. I just play the probabilities, and that's it. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, and I'm grateful for any single gain that comes my way. Dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me in this life. Thank you for my children. Thank you for everyone being safe and happy. Thank you for all the blessings in this world. And I really appreciate everything. And thank you for this wonderful life in which you've given me here in sunny Florida with my beautiful family, being able to work from home, not having to deal with traffic. I don't have a boss yelling at me. I figured out a way to make money off of my mind using the charts and probabilities and mathematical data. So, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me and all the lifers and everybody in the world here. Let us have a beautiful, safe, and friendly election. May, whatever people plan to try to do on either side, let it just fizzle out and not be the way. Both sides are kind of like, there's the theories on either end, but let's have a peaceful election, let everything work out, and let everyone stay relaxed. Like I said yesterday, no matter what, if your candidate does not win, please, do not revert to negative, name calling and being rude. It is what it is. Take a deep breath, accept the loss, and move on. Right? Amen. Somebody's gonna lose. All right. We hope. I mean, see how long they take to give us the results and all that stuff. It's already seeming a bit odd, right? There's a lot of weird stuff, but we'll take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. So again, PYTH really and Ray, the only really big winners in Caspa, the only things that hold it on for the day. And in the last hour, so look, altcoins starting to flip slightly. They're starting to flip green a little bit. Could we start to get a flip here? Bitcoin holding 70,007, are really not showing signs of life inside of this, what looks to me like a bear flag that wants to break further down. Descending triangle with bear flag vibes for sure. And the daily's away from the 21, which likely comes back down, and then you can pull a fib here. And same scenario. I mean, it gives us both these areas to show, and that's that $69,000 even level. And then BOOKMAP usually, what I found, goes $200 ahead of the level. So like if we go to 69, this will say 69.2, and we'll dip a little more. All right. Boom. It's okay. TIA is pumping. I mean, you call that a pump? Yeah, I guess you're at 450 to 480 ain't bad, but it's just bouncing off the lows. Probably people just DCAing and staking for the long term. But look at this thing. I mean, it's just rounded bottom and accumulation, right? Nothing special about it. It broke out there, got to that beautiful 636 area, slumping again. It just kind of in chop. And that's what I expect. I expect it to do this until it eventually breaks on out over time. But it looks like it's gonna take some time. Looks like it's gonna take some time. And for whatever reason, that is what it is. I don't know. I don't understand why, but like some coins will pump, some won't. It'll all depend. So my short's up 2.6%. It's $1,600 in it, 20x leverage at $32,000 short. Wow, it just flipped heavy. We just took a nasty dump down. And if you took the trade with me, you're now up, right? Now you can move the stop loss like I do a little bit more. And you can see I'm up $98, $99, $100. Okay. And I just gave you a live trade here on right here. I showed you how to live trade this market. Let's see if we can get the follow through. We just lost that psychological. Now it's 70,005. You lose that. And we just took out this low. Very likely you're headed lower now. 70,006 was your next level. If you can't hold that, it's 69.5. And there you have the break. That was a shoulder, head, right shoulder, as we suggested, and it broke to the downside, right? Fast money on that. You saw how fast that $20 turned into $100 almost instantaneously, right? That's what happens when you're shorting the market. The shorts move pretty fast. They tend to move almost way faster than longs. I mean, they both move pretty fast. But longs can kind of consolidate, then hit. Every time I've shorted, it's happened in like seconds. It just seems like it's just like, and you know. And here we go. Look at the liquidity to the downside. Looks like we're going to get a nasty short back down to about 70,000. Once we lose the $500 psychological level, look at all the liquidity waiting all the way down to 69,200. So we break 5, it's going to turn to a 4, and then boom, you're going to see probably another quick drop down to the 3s. Sammy, can we please get TA on talent? Blessed. Shout out to Mystic Flowers. Thank you. Appreciate the update. I'm just digging through this, live charting here for Bitcoin. Keeping you guys above water. And there you go. Another short in the money. You can see I'm just doing what I do, like same scenarios, same ideas. Can move the stop loss to break even there. Stochastics got low on the scalp. I mean, liquidity says we go way lower, right? Liquidity says there's just so much liquidity waiting for us to the downside. I don't stress it, man. If you don't stress money, if you know you're here for learning, you just let the trade play out. All right. If you're money hungry, if all you can think about is your money in your life, then you'll sit here all day and play games. But if you realize money is just an ends to a means for a greater life, and you're chasing something way bigger of higher frequency, then that will come through in how you trade. And usually you'll be more grateful to take gains and let the gains compile over time than someone who's trying to make big wins every single time. Okay. Shout out to all the super chats. Let's take a look at the fan funding. And I'm a little tired today. Forgive me if I didn't get to them immediately. And I usually don't always. We kind of clean them up at the end. But we'll look at talent. We'll look at APE. We'll look at CRO. We'll look at SEI. We'll look at LUNC. And GFI forming a flag. I lost my pants on Brett. Got only my underwear now. Can you please check LUCE sold? Thank you. I will join the trading group also. Need a pair of trousers. You're funny. Shout out to HK. God bless you, brother. Let's take a look at LUC Soul. Good morning, Sam. I love the TA. Not just thinking, just TA. Can you take a look at Aurora, please? Wow, I got a lot of asks here. First, for Master Friend, he did it again. Okay, let's see if the team, hey, we're bouncing. Are we going to bounce or do a bearish retest of the trend line, which we usually do, and then dip off? Would we come right back up and obliterate me, stop me out, and then run again? Anything could happen. It is Thursday. That's why I just constantly, lately, I just protect, and if it goes my way, so be it. If it doesn't, okay. No stress, man. And be grateful for anything that goes my way. That's all. Gratitude is the name of the game for me today and every single day, really. And without gratitude, I'd be lost. I wouldn't be able to be in the present moment. I wouldn't be able to do what I do for a living. I wouldn't be profitable. Yeah, exactly. 80% of the current supply will be released on Wednesday in the largest single unlocking event. Yeah, probably will get a sell-off. I mean, think about it. I mean, that's a lot of tokens. It might be getting sold off already. Maybe that was like, maybe it was like, maybe it's something that gets priced in early. So let's take a look at Aurora here. And I don't know what Aurora is. Is that a stock? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't believe it's a crypto. There's Aurora there, though. And no one's going to tell me what it is, so I guess I'm going to go for crypto. It's on Coinbase, so we'll take a look. Okay. Aurora USD took a beating all the way back down, pulled a fib. And it's coming back down to the, the 200 MA and, the golden pocket 786. I'll look for things like this to kind of round a bottom. So it might kind of go lower and slowly round a bottom here before it really starts to get cooking. Okay. So that's something I would have on call. And then here too, $16 level. And then here too, this $13 level. Let's take a look at LUCE Sol. And that's going to be on Deck Screener because it's obviously like a meme or something. I have to tell you, 90% of the people that buy meme coins are going to lose all their money. It's sad, but a few lucky people will make it. I don't know who they are, but they will, I got 100x. I made it. I never 1000x though. If you sit there all day and you make it your game, you may spend like 100 grand and you may make $1 million or 3 million. It's like it's a definitely it's a hustle more than you realize. This coin looks horrible, man. $58 million market cap. I mean, it got to 58 mil though. Lower high. I'm just like, after I do a lot of charting, I get memed out. I'm just kind of like another meme and another meme. It's like, but I asked about it at the beginning of the stream. You wouldn't have been tired. I know, right? And I'm not necessarily tired. Man, I'm worn down a little bit today. When you work 7 days a week, there's going to be a couple days in there a month that you're just gonna push to get through. It's gonna happen. I mean, that kind of has some double topness to it. I get mixed signals from it, really hard to tell. Yeah, you want to see like which trend line it's gonna, maybe it comes back down there and then it breaks out. It's consolidating pretty nicely. It's holding previous support as resistance. So if it loses this trend line, it's going to bounce back down to 4.7. If it loses 4.7, then it's going somewhere else. Bounce off 4.7, you have a good chance it's actually consolidating for some bigger move. Pretty simple to me there. Let's take a look at SEI and Ape. Ape coin, baby, Ape. Funny, Ape had that huge run up. Last time I showed kind of will it make this. Oh, did we just talk about this earlier or yesterday, right? Fell out that thing. I'm not saying that my semicircle was perfect, right? Oh, this is exactly what's going to happen. But the idea behind Ape is like it's consolidating, right? Honestly, I don't like Ape. I don't like the project. I don't know why it did what it did out of nowhere like that and gave back most of it. I don't want to say I don't like the project. I mean, God, I love the Ape holders and stuff, but I didn't mean that. I gotta like the community and everyone. I personally don't like trading the asset. It's not like my favorite. I'm not like, oh, I'm all in on Ape. You know what I mean? Looks like it could drop back down to the 200 MA. I'd be looking for a drop somewhere here. It could double bottom off the 706 and also the dollar region, but it looks like it could drop further down and maybe test, 88 cents one more time. Bitcoin is pumping. Very close. Stop the break even. Remember that. I can't lose. I even actually might be in profit slightly, right? I am. Look, I'm in profit. But they did reverse it nicely there, but they keep doing that too. It could be a bearish retest of this trend line. They didn't get me. Look how close they were, though. The magician, man. The Wick magician. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I don't have a lot of faith on Thursdays. You can see they're playing with not only toying it. We gave you a nice bigger short earlier, too, which was a far better entry. Well, you look at Costco hot dog. I'd personally not like to. Yeah. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at SEI. I'm joking. You know that, right? Yeah. That was a joke. But it was honest. I honestly, personally don't want to do it. I'm going to do it, but I personally don't want to. You know? Like Costco hot dog, really. Like. So SEI to me is in this trend line. If it loses 38, it drops back down to 33. I do not want to see it lose the trend line. I'd like to see it if it could double bottom here. But this is what I see happening. And over time, I believe SEI will still pick up the pace and bang on them. And get back all the way to those highs. Somewhere in the, what, $1.11 region? And beyond, man, when it really starts to take off. So. Costco. I think they do have it on MaxC though, right? Costco hot dog. It's on Polonian X. I'll do it here. It looks better probably on Dex Screener. Costco hot dog, $6 million market cap. I mean, the fact that someone's still in this and thinking it's hot, it's a bit nuts to me. Hello? What's going on? For who? What is he doing? Shh. Don't tell everybody what we're doing. I tell you what over there. Bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom forming. I don't have any faith in this thing. Could go to zero. You believe in it, it's up to you. If you believe in a $6 million coin called Costco hot dog, I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't know what to tell you guys. Hey. Sam, you can look at Costco rotisserie chicken. Nah, I'm all right. No Costco pizza slices either. Dollar pizza. Ain't happening. All right. Let's take a look at VeChain Talent and CRO. We'll take a look at Costco, GFI, Luna C, CRO, VeChain, CRO, Crow, right? Look at that. They tried to get me, but they couldn't do it. Look at this choppy, nasty price action. Slicing people up. Stochastics are high. Can we get the dump now? Be surprised when you cover what happens, right? And everyone's like, well, how does he do it? He's a magician. I get stopped out every time. He doesn't. I did the same trade as him, but I lose every time. What? He's special. I don't know, man. I just have a way with the charts, all right? And again, I lose too, just like you. I just don't sweat it as much as everybody else. A lot of people conflate serious trading with degenerate. Exactly, 100%. Anyone think it's weird? DXY isn't pumping. Doesn't make sense it would be pumping. You got bricks, you got seller, you got other things going on. Look, bounce. We came for the bearish retest of that trend line. Now it looks like we may get the bigger dump here throughout the day. Stochastics in our favor for a really, really nice dump. And BOOKMAP suggests we go lower. So I'm going to get some money with y'all. If you're in these shorts, why not, right? Let's take a look at VeChain, VET. Or it's called VeChain. Remember, it used to be called V. It had a different ticker when I started with it. VEN, VEM, I think it was. Remember, it was VEM, right? I think VeChain was VEN or VET. Maybe the ticker changed like, I don't know, 2 years ago. What was VeChain's first ticker when it first came out? I want to see some OGs here. Yeah, it was VEN, wasn't it? Yeah, it was VEN. VEN. That's how you know you're an OG. You know how when VeChain was called VEN. And AntShares, right? Neo was AntShares. Remember that? AntShares did a bang. I mean, it was crazy what happened. Those were the days. The 100x on Neo. Crazy. A lot of high conviction plays back then. It was super niche-y to figure out which coin was hot. Now you got everyone in there, you know, talking about this and that. It's just a different type of dynamic than it used to be. And I'm sure those OGs before I came felt the same way, right? It's like this, a new wave of people come over and they kind of change the identity to crypto because their identity is merged with the space. And it is what it is, right? It's the evolution of industry. So VeChain, in this beautiful kind of rounded bottom and suggesting that that is probably going to be some of your lowest prices you'll ever get VeChain for before the bigger rally. But it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens, right? And there you have it, baby. Now we're starting to print. If you could have held on with me or even kept your stop loss a little high, I'm lucky I didn't get pinged. I mean, I cannot believe that. If you look at how close it really was, I mean, that's entertainment for you right there. If that doesn't get you on your toes, man, right? And look, there's the print. And now we're printing, right? And now you really start moving the stop into position. And there you go. You knew they were taking us down. Just how far down is the question. How low can we go, bro? Right? And there's always money to be made no matter what's happening in cryptocurrency or the world. All right. Husby on deck screener. Interesting. Yeah, GME GameStop bouncing off recent point of control. Only 20 coins and crack it back then. Yeah. When Neo was the top 10 coins. Yeah. We got to bounce off what? 70,410. That key level right there. All right. That's going to be my cue to go at 12 o'clock as they're messing with the alarm system. But everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to keep the short open. I'll show what happens to the short to the trading group. We're getting some bullish divvy here. They could bounce it back up. Be careful. I may not get that much out of this trade. We don't know. Only time will tell. I was really late to the party. I should have been shorting a lot earlier, in my humble opinion. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. Shout out to you if you took the trade and you're in the gains. God bless you. All right. Let's take a look at talent, but I kind of really need to be looking at my trade here. So I got to put this up on the screen. It's hard to service people while you're also making sure that you're not getting nailed out, right? That whole, what I just said didn't sound right, man. Oh, Jesus. It always seems to, oh my God. I can't. I'm talking about trading over here. So talent hit Bitcoin, hit there at 1 penny. Already ripped to 4 cents in the last few hours and then ripped out a flag, right? So you'd have to just, I mean, this is high risk, high reward type of stuff. And you'd have to trade it on a smaller time frame, somewhere between the 7, the 5 minute. Now it's starting to rip up a lot, but look, I mean, the stochastics even say that it could go further. I mean, I'd look for it to consolidate nicer like it did here. I mean, that was a nice flag right there, technically. And then it broke out, made this rounded bottom. But again, it's very high risk, high reward, right? So it's up to you if you want to get into something super, super, super new. And let's take a look at talent and just do a little deep dive on it here. Talent protocol. The market cap is 3 million. It is tiny, right? A major project backed by Coinbase and Farcaster. Supply 600 million. Price under 3 cents. Just listed on GateMXE. More exchange coming soon. Buy and hold. Talent. Really? Backed by Coinbase and Farcaster? I mean, it's been ripping since today, right? So yesterday it came out and it's been ripping at 1.5 pennies. It's only up 100%, so it's not like we missed out too much. It's only 1x so far. But probably some insiders got in at the very early stages and they dumped on us, right? Data speaks louder than tools. Talent protocol news. More news. Stay updated. It's got a... Was it a base contract, right? You guys in the 1 minute time frame make me giggle. Thank you. Amen. Grass just boomed. Thank you. Amen. Bitcoin pumps hard too. 70,700. GFI, Luna C, and Crow. I'm so down again after making 2x my portfolio. Damn, video is left. Would need TA help on a good token. I had to pause the live till I heard Sam say it was him. Create Talent Passport. Talent Protocol brings professional reputation on chain to make incredible builders more visible. Create your Talent Passport in 1 minute and discover your builder score. Pretty awesome. Talent integrates with trusted sources like GitHub, Coinbase, or LinkedIn to issue credentials as on-chain attestations, from self-reported resumes to verifiable portable reputation. It's kind of cool, man, and find out who you are. Like, the blockchain's going to really start putting... I really like this. Like, your reputation can be represented on the blockchain. Bro, $40 a month, get an API key, right? Access real-time data with the Talent API. Priority to support via Telegram or email. Early access to new features. Trusted in production by top builders. Huh. Looks like it's going to be here. Site looks nice. Site looks a lot like my site. I gotta give it to them. Looks a lot like the Crypto Lifer site. Let's right? Let's be honest. I mean, similar, you know, they got the good vibes. Did the bull run end? Yeah, the bull run's over, man. It's a wrap. The bull run has ended. It's over. Okay. We got a double bottom off of 70,005. All right, but I'm still not in love. Okay. Brass Pump, Bulls on Parade, Super Chats, GFI, Luna C, and Crow. Yeah. GFI just keeps getting beat up. Like, either you believe in this project for the long haul, or you don't. It's kind of like Hex, when Hex gets, you know. But it definitely looks broken. I gotta give it to you. I mean, people are selling it off, and it's just, it's the lowest it's ever, it just keeps getting beat up. So I still have faith that it'll do numbers. If not, it'll be one of my lost coins, you know, $5,000 down the drain or something. But, you know, and it'll be, I could take it as a loss against profit. So it won't be the worst thing in the world. You know, you need a couple of those here and there. But for the most part, I still have faith that it could do numbers. I'm not giving up on it totally. It came up huge. It had to retrace. Still have chances of it getting up to 666 and up all the way. I mean, its all-time high was somewhere in $14 when it really first came out. So, hey, you can still do a 14x from here and do some damage. We'll see. Only time will tell. I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. Don't get me started over here on that BTC. All right. Bitcoin's a bear. Bitcoin's a bear over here. Jordan. All the bears. Where the bears? Oh, bear. You're such a bear. All the bears. I mean, Bitcoin's still struggling to get back above any key levels here. Right? 70,594 now for Bitcoin. I mean, this is still a chance this short takes you to the downside. Like, still a chance this short takes you down. All right. I did just re-enter the short, just so you know. I'm trying to be cute, but I'm just, you know. I got stopped out of break even. I got back in. We'll see what happens. Because we lost the key level. We never got back above the key level. So point of control holding gains, you know, holding us down. So soon as Luna C and then Crow, right? Tell you the work never stops when you're making sure everybody's happy here. So we like Luna C. It looked interesting to me. It did get a nice pop, right? It broke out. I went all the way up to there. I'd like to see it come back down to the pattern and consolidate a little bit. Well, you know, it's messy. It's not going to be perfect. I find these kind of fit into patterns a bit funny. But look, it's back inside this tight channel, and it just tells me that Luna C just kind of similar to what we looked at before. Luna Classic. Sorry, I call it Luna C. Funny. Terra C. But this, I just see this consolidating, and it to me, it still says it's going to break out somewhere to this level here. And so I'm still bullish on it because it's consolidating and it hasn't lost the trend line. And really simple stuff to me, it's still bullish. Take a look at Crow, USDT. Crow. Crow's in this giant double bottom, you see? Fighting for its life to not lose a move back down to 6 cents. Good project, strong token, strong team, not going anywhere, likely. Place to load up on Crow, right? It gets back up probably, well, it was the all-time high for Crow was somewhere at 87 cents. So I could definitely see Crow hit a buck in this rally if we get everything we want, right? Or we desire. And that is the low. I've never personally liked the product. I don't know why. I've never personally liked holding it. I've never really been truly fully into it. I can't explain why. but it does look like that's your best place to accumulate. But again, I'm not a financial advisor, and you'd have to do that yourself. All right. Please take a look at Wild Bless Up. Everybody, I got to jump on out of here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May God bless everyone who jumped on into the stream. Thank you so much for being amazing. And thank you for kicking it with me throughout this entire time. Bitcoin still looks like it wants to dump to the downside. That's what I'm looking at. Stay tuned for tonight for Bitcoin and the monthly candle close. I will be live somewhere by 8:45, 9. From till like 9:30, it'll be a quick half an hour stream for the monthly close. We'll basically focus on the monthly, talk about where we're at, zoom out, have a talk about where we ended today with the daily close. And then I will be jumping from there into the Zoom with my private session. So you may like that, and you may want to jump on in and may coax you into joining the trading group. I don't know, but I have a private session tonight where I go over my whole portfolio, talk about what happens in the market, break it down with each and every one of my students that wants to join, and we record it. We have a blast. We talk about Bitcoin. I've live traded there before. If it happens, hey, if there's an opportunity, we take it. Usually we don't, but there are times where I have live traded it. We called the bottom one night at that, like one of the massive dumps during it. It's been historical. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm jumping on out. Bitcoin seems to be kind of holding 70,005. Seems to be kind of a steadying point here where it wants to kind of eventually slowly round the bottom. All right. So stay tuned for more. Focus, focus, focus. Study, study, study. It'll come with time. Some days are going to be frustrating. Some days it's not going to be perfect. But if you keep pushing every single day, somehow those days are going to compound into success. Success is not one big moment of boom. We all think it's, oh, he's successful when you see it. Anyone who you see successful did it over and over again, day after day, and they struggled to get where they're at. And anyone who knows who's successful failed more times than you could ever believe. All right. I am not a financial advisor. I will not give you advice. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for everything you do. I'll catch you later at the screen share, brother. Much love to the family. Amen, everybody. I love each and every one of you. May God bless you. Inverted head and shoulder on the 1 minute for Bitcoin. May get a reversal here. We've been in chop for most of the stream and to the downside. Everybody, I love you. I'll be doing updates throughout the day if I see anything crazy. And yeah. And may God bless everybody. Have a great night. Yeah. Thank you for being here. I'm going to take a nap. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Hope you had a wonderful day here on the channel. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. And I'll be back tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. Be true to yourself. Remember that. Trading is really finding out who you are. Be true to yourself no matter what. And all will be well. May God bless you. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your most precious asset within your time. BOOKMAP suggests that we do go lower still, all the way to 69,002. I still see bearish tones, you know. So I'm bearish until we get back above the 50-minute 200 and start to build again. You got to remain a bear at the present moment in time. But hey, let's see if they can work back a reversal. You never know. I'm open-minded to anything that can happen. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. Thank you for your time. I'll see you tomorrow.